What up, fam? This is another message by Simply Sam. I got a little bit of a cold today, so I'm just gonna do this a little bit different. But today's topic is rags and riches. And what I just want to talk about is this. When you look at this right here, what is this? What is this? This, some people would just say, is a rag. You're just gonna use it to, like, like the dust to clean. What I'm saying, to wipe up a mess. Like you don't really use this to, to do anything that's special as far as like put in your bathroom for decoration. You don't want your company to come over to your house and see this hanging up on the wall because it's just a rag. And the thing about that is that when you got this, when you first got this, it wasn't a rag. Chances are you bought that as like a washcloth or something like that, and you was going to use that like intimately. Like you might use that to, to wash your body with, or, to maybe even some people use, that towel might to be to do your dishes or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But you're going to use it for something that's close to you, and it holds value. And when you bought it, it had value. So you put it in the linen closet with the rest of the nice cloths and the nice towels and if you have guests come over, they could use that towel because it's nice and clean and everything. But over time, stuff started happening to it. It got this mark here. It got a paint stain here. It got a little rip in it there. You know what I mean? It got another little hole in it here. The point being, after the time and time of it being used, it started to lose its value, and you no longer put that in the closet with the nice clean linen. You started throwing it in the rag closet for cleaning up stuff, picking up messes, you know what I mean? What you use to clean the floors with, or to wipe up spills and stuff like that, because it no longer holds the value that it used to have. But these blemishes, that towel didn't do that to itself. Nah, the towel didn't do that to itself. Somebody did this to the towel. Somebody put this hole in it here, and somebody put this paint on it here, and somebody marked it right here. And even though it got cleaned and everything, no one took the time to get those stains out because it didn't have the value that it no longer had at the beginning. And now it's just a rag. Now I want you to think about this for a minute. Let's replace this rag with the person. Instead of saying this rag, let's say this person. Let's be more specific. Let's say this person is your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your wife, your friend. This is somebody who, when you brought them into your life, they had value. So you held them close to you. And you let other people see you with them, and you let them be intimate with you, and they got close to you when, like no other person did. And you prized them. You held them, you put them in a place of value. But over time, all these blemishes, just like this towel, that person didn't do that to themselves. Like, you put that blemish there on that person, or maybe someone else did. Like, they lied on that person, or they told a lie on that person, or they told that person a lie, and they got a blemish there. Maybe they lost their job and they couldn't hold themselves up, and they got a blemish here. Maybe they got stabbed in the back by somebody who they trusted, and they got a rip or tear here. When they used to be nice and pressed, and they going through a rough time, and now they got these wrinkles in their life because everything ain't so nice and pretty right now. But this towel didn't do this to itself. And that person in your life did not do this to themselves. They didn't mark themselves up like this on purpose. They didn't scar themselves emotionally, physically, mentally. They didn't do this to themselves. Somebody did that to them. And sometimes it's even you who did it to the person that you love. It's just life. It happens. But when all of these things happen to this person, just like all of these things happen to this rag, would you just throw that person to the side, put them in the rag closet, because now they got all these blemishes? All I'm saying is, just the other day, I celebrated 9-year anniversary with my wife. And I'll just be real with y'all. I am this rag. I got a lot of scars, you know what I mean, emotionally, you know what I'm saying, mentally, things that happened to me. You know what I mean? I've been hurt, I've been ripped, I've been torn. I got some blemishes, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. My record ain't perfect. My life ain't perfect. You know what I mean? I got things going on, and some people see them and some people don't. But I thank my wife because even though I got all these blemishes, she still holds me close. She's still intimate with me, and she doesn't throw me away like a lot of people would have threw away this rag and just said, "I'm just gonna use it for the dirty stuff." I'll just call her on the weekend because that's all she's worth. She's just a rag. Or I'll only call him at 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm done doing everything else I want to do because he's just a rag. Or I just call him whenever I need something paid, or I'll just call her whenever I'm coming into town. Nah, she kept me even with all these blemishes. So from rags to riches, I might have all these scars and all these blemishes in my life, but she never threw me away, so I'm rich. So all I'm saying is for everybody out there who's got some people that used to be all nice and pretty and clean and prepped up and everything in their life, but stuff happened to them. You get older, you know what I'm saying? You got real life responsibilities. Things ain't the same as it was when you was in your 20s when y'all met. Now you in your 30s and your 40s, you know what I mean? You got kids, and kids will scar you. You know what I mean? Real talk. Kids will scar you. Kids will give you blemishes. You know what I'm saying? Ladies got stretch marks. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? We get guts, so on and so forth. We ain't as pretty and pressed as we used to be, but just because we got these blemishes in our lives, let's not throw away the people who really mean something and have value in our lives. Let's still keep them close to us. Let's keep them in our linen closets. Let's keep them pressed and clean. And even if they have these scars and these blemishes and these, these tears in their lives, if they have value to them, don't throw them away, because you might look like rags, but to somebody, you somebody's riches.